What is something that your parents teach you all in that you're categorically like reject now?
Parents always said, we don't talk about money.
In their generation, the way they taught us is that it's an insult to be a
Whoa.
I feel like EQ was like a neglected skill set.
I want to say I learned about trauma dumping from Denise like many years ago.
Oh.
This is a very linear way of looking at life. You're only looking at it through your career, which is freaking Singaporean, and I hate.
I don't know whether I'm a boomer about this, like maybe I'm really just outdated. But you work here to deliver value for the company, not the other way around.
I hire you for your expertise, correct? I'm paying you your salary for your know-how. What? I shouldn't spend more money to train you. What?
Your mother
Huh?
or your father might have made some mistakes in their life that we see and we don't want to repeat. This was an interesting Reddit thread that I saw that had over like 1,000 comments and lots of upvotes, and I felt like I related to quite a few of it. One of it was quite interesting because it talked about being emotionally available for each other.
Oh.
So my mom and my dad. So today I thought it would be quite interesting to talk about what are some things that our parents thought was good maybe in their lifetime, but now in our current generation, right, a lot of things might not make the same sense, and things that we've learned from and how we are leading our lives differently and hopefully better now.
Okay, I think when you mentioned about parents, right, I think on one hand it is the actual not having that affection, maybe. But I think the second is that I don't know why, maybe their role as parents, right? Like at least mine, they never showed it in front of me, but they have behind closed doors. So like I never actually witnessed my parents like hold hand or like hug or kiss.
But you've heard.
So
But
how you know they do it behind closed doors?
Because I will be sleeping right, or like pretend
You
sleep,
crack the
right?
doorbell.
And then I will hear them like hey, good night. Then I'm like, huh? I never see that before.
No, they're kissing your sister.
No wonder his sister became a doctor.
Yeah. Good night then, sister.
Hey, they got kiss me, I never see them kiss each other. But that would be so sad.
No, it's the Asian parenting also, like they don't show much affection, right?
Yeah. But it's as though they hid it from me, even though I'm sure they didn't. I think it's just like, oh, never mind, we're just parenting. Then like the affection for ourselves, we do it when we are couples, like our couple time as opposed to parenting time. Related to this, right, there was a point that I think Dak Shepard said, so like he's married to Kristen Bell, right? And he actually mentioned something that was very apparent, which is that a lot of times when you bopian fight with your partner in front of your kids, right? Because like just tension fries, right? They see the fight and then you resolve it behind closed doors. They don't see the resolution. So after you come out, right, everything's happy again. They're confused, like, oh, fight means then utterly okay. So that's why he makes
It makes
it
people non-confrontational.
And they sweep things
Exactly.
under the
Because
rug.
avoidance work.
correct. So he makes it a point now that they try to minimize the outbursts in front of the kids, but if they do, they also show the resolution. They also show the discussion and how they actually make up. This is what we went through. This was this point of view, my point of view, and how we found resolution. Because if not, people don't know how to resolve conflict.
Oh, I'm learning so much.
How about, was there a point where you and your father, right, like there's no more a kiss goodnight?
There was a point when there was a
Like
kiss.
parent to child.
Yeah. Or the other way around. Really, man?
It was birth for me, I think.
No. Okay, I don't know about the good night, right? But there was a point in time where I realized with my dad that I think when I was a kid, I used to kiss my parents on the cheek. So like my mom on the cheek and then my dad on the cheek when we like hug or say goodbye or whatever. And there came a point in time, right, where my dad and I just do each other and then we just hug and then we let go and we went, oh, no kiss. Then like, okay, like.
That was the last one there.
Yeah.
That
Like
was
just a
how old? That
bro
was how
hug,
old?
like a 15 or 16.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
secondary school, you were still doing it.
Because I moved to Singapore when I was 14. So then like there was that moments where I don't spend a lot of time with them. So every time I say goodbye, it's really a proper hug. That's why the kiss. But then the point in time we just hug and then we're like, okay, we're just leaving it at that. Okay, cool. And then mom kiss and then okay. Then I can just feel the awkwardness in the air.
No, there are a string of TikToks, right? Asian children to Asian parents, or like Western partners to their Asian partners, right? Then they just go up straight to them and just say, I love you. Then after that, you see the person freeze. Cannot process. Don't know how to reply. Like, huh? Why? What happened?
And sorry, I asked that because, right, I used to be very proud of this, but after hearing all your stories, right, I don't know, I don't want to say it. But I was like, I kept quiet. I remember, right, because my family like quite lovey-dovey all the way. And then I remember there's one time, and I'm like to think I'm 12 years old already, where I think the day before this incident, right, I think we still kiss each other like on the lips.
Whoa.
And then my dad would be like, grow up already, like, he straight up told me to go away. So he's like, you bro, you're eking me out. He's like, grow up already. Then I'm like, yeah. But I didn't feel like, I felt like, what happened?
Wait, okay, but since you're a parent, right?
Yeah.
Is there do you feel like this generation and now, is there a difference in the approach that you would take?
Like what I just mentioned about maybe not noticing it from my parents. I'm very mindful of like whenever Nan and I are together with him, I always like hug Ned and make it very apparent. And he's very cute about it. Like he's just under 2. And then if Ned and I just randomly hug, right, he will like look happy, he will smile, he will laugh a bit. So I think hopefully he's recognizing that this is how people show love.
No, but that is what I thought was interesting about the Reddit comment, because they say it is not about whether my mom says I love you to me. It was whether between my parents, did they say that they love each other and show that this is what a healthy relationship looks like. It is that now when I observe my parents, right, it's like my whole life was centered around my children, and then that makes young people not want to have children because it's like when I have children, I might lose my romantic.
Oh my God, that explains so much. No, honestly, that first point that you just brought up, the emotional maturity thing, right? That one reals, yeah. I feel like EQ was like a neglected skill set for our parents' generation. That like now with all the mental health, all this kind of thing, then suddenly it's like, okay, let's put a lot of focus on this. They were taught to kind of like push through. I mean, probably from their parents' generation also.
Yeah. I want to say I learned about trauma dumping from Denise like many years ago.
Oh.
Wait, because she did.
In what way?
She was describing one of her friendships, and then she's like, then that person started trauma dumping on me. Then I'm like, I thought like I grew up that's a friend that trusted you and confided in you. So I always grew up thinking that it was a privilege to be able to hear people's problems. And then Denise said that person was trauma dumping on me, and then I was not ready. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, it's like, have I accidentally like done it to young people which perceive it as differently, not a privilege?
But it's because you are ever ready to just receive someone like just sharing.
Because you never saw it as negative. So I always saw it as a good thing. Now we introduced that it's negative, right? Sometimes when someone talk too much, I'm just thinking, oh my God, you're trauma dumping on me.
This is a good thing.
Oh, no.
When the concept didn't exist, right, it was all good. So what is something that your parents teach you all when growing up, or show you all growing up, that you all categorically like reject now? It feels like bad advice now.
One thing that I was very surprised when me and my friends, sometimes we get together and we talk about money, right, is that they always feel very relieved that they can finally talk about it, because they talk about how growing up, they have a very bad relationship with money because their parents always said, we don't talk about money. Like, don't discuss about money, or very, very sweeping statements like debt is always bad and like never ever borrow money. And so then they never have the opportunity to like maybe use certain instruments that are available in the financial industry to your benefit. I feel like a lot of people are starting to get a better relationship with money now. And I think that's a shame like just because of the sweeping statement of like, okay, we don't talk about money. And I don't really know why. Maybe it's because the parents were maybe a bit insecure at that point of time, like maybe not enough. So they don't want to talk about.
I literally just read a story about this on Twitter.
I also just read a story about this on Twitter.
Is it the daughter go to school, that one?
Is it about you just don't say no, you tell them you can't afford it?
Oh, no. Different. Okay. So essentially, I think in the US, then they are struggling with their finances and all that. And then this person she got laid off, I think, and that month she don't have enough money left in the bank account already. Then the daughter somehow found out, and then the daughter was at the age where she can work some part-time job essentially, and then the daughter gave her the money which she usually would not have accepted, but in this scenario, no choice. Then the next day, the daughter came back with more money, like even more than she originally gave her, and then managed to like settle all the payments that they were supposed to do. Then she was like confused, like, where are you getting this money from? Then she said, oh, I went to school and told my friends what was happening. And then all the friends
she go fund me
with the part-time job, like decided they can put together some money that they could afford, right, to give to them.
Yeah.
And then the mom was like, are you not embarrassed? Then she's like, why do I need to be embarrassed? Because there are actually multiple people in school that are struggling with the same thing. So what happened after that, right, was that they started this like unofficial fund where like the people who have part-time jobs will put in like maybe $10 every month.
Wow.
Then they pool money, and when there's one of their families that cannot make it that month, right, then they will take the money.
Right.
Then I'm like, wow, it's like back then everybody kind of suffer alone by themselves, right? Then now just because the younger generation is a lot more able to talk about things like that, then you get this.
Not so much a mistake, but something that I respect and want to embody in my own life also, right, is my mom. Because like I noticed that like after she was done like with the parenting part, right? Like we old enough, we adults, we doing our own shit already, right?
Yeah.
Then she started to get back to the things that she kind of like put on hold.
Yeah.
So like she wrote a cookbook. Or actually 2 cookbooks. Then she went back to painting and art, do watercolor, all that, because she used to really love that when she was younger. And then recently also she started learning Japanese.
Okay.
And then she also started learning piano also.
Wow.
Like all these things like that, I damn inspired.
Yeah.
Like okay, there's like at any point in my life I should keep doing these things to stay active, to stay alert and all that kind of stuff, right? And also the more you learn about these things, the more you can appreciate about, life and all that kind of stuff also.
I honestly like when I speak to like older folks, because I also look up to people who do that, right? When I'm not insinuating anything on your parents, okay?
Oh, good.
When I ask them like, hey, what made you suddenly do this, right? many of them had this realization that they were waiting for their partner to be into it to do it together with them.
Oh.
Or like to find the right group of friends to be able to embark on this together. But then in the end, they realize I'm with like nobody will come. My partner's not doing it. So I just have to do it now before I die.
I think that's the message that even our generation, or even the younger people are getting these days. Just go and live your life.
Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, just reminded me that like when my mom retired early, so that she could so nicely like send me to school and like take care of me and whatever, right?
It's not really about it. I think she didn't want to work.
I don't think.
You were the excuse, but go on.
But then like it actually gave her a lot of free time. Then she started. I remember following her or like picking up with my dad to go for like baking classes. Then we thought like, oh okay lah, she's gonna like, because she always picks up different hobbies. Then after that she will like stop and then try something new, right? Then the baking thing for the next 10 years became a business.
Wow.
Like a lot of like church friends started buying. Then it became like beyond just friends, like actual random people would like inquire. And this time, like I think this was like almost 10 years ago. So there's no like Shopify or whatever. There's no Instagram. They are literally texting her saying, I got your number from so and so.
Yeah.
It's like, can you bake me a cake for this weekend? And then she started doing wedding cakes.
Yeah.
What?
And it just evolved from just taking up like a couple of weekend classes on baking.
Iras, his parents is based in Malaysia.
Yeah. Hey, don't suddenly
Just so you all know.
home-based business.
No, but Singapore also can, what?
Complex,
Bakery,
bro.
oh, yeah.
Home-based business, they're quite liberal. Yeah. No, so a lot of people like sometimes they will like look down on people taking all these random like SkillsFuture courses, like what, like flower arrangement lah, baking lah. But actually, it can really turn into like a business if you really put your hand into it.
I actually recently signed up for a SkillsFuture course. And you know, because recently they say like your SkillsFuture going to expire. So I'm curious to go and just see lah, since they keep saying, right? And recently we spoke to Inkai from SP. Then he started a 3D printing farm essentially that became a business, and now he's in schools.
Oh, I saw you do that.
Around 11 countries.
Cool.
And then he tell me, actually, if you go Carousel to find 3D printer, it's only like $300. Or NLB actually has like a maker's world where you can just go and
Like a fab
learn
lab
how
lah.
to use their 3D printer or like
Yeah.
embroidery machine, laser cutter, this kind of stuff for free.
Insane.
So but I'm the kind that like when I want to pick up a hobby, I have to spend like
Yeah.
all
Must all in lah.
get the best
Commit
gear.
lah.
So then I went to buy my own one. So since I bought, then I saw that online there are courses, right, that teach you how to actually model your own one. Because when I bought, it was because they say it's easy to get into within the app. There are already templates that I can just print.
Yeah.
Then after I thought that, okay, since I have, then actually now I want to print my own stuff. But then you need to learn like AutoCAD, this kind of thing. And
Cannot learn online by yourself, man.
you can, but I think that with a class that is 2 days, I think they can, somebody who's expert at it can teach me, then can help me troubleshoot on the spot. Versus I'm not sure, now I need to Google the solution, then I figure it out.
It's
like,
the troubleshooting lah, I think.
So I signed up, I'm going next month.
Oh, it's sick. How much is this?
480, but I have 500 opening credits, so it was okay.
So what's the first things first? Like you decided that you want to use your SkillsFuture credit, then what? Like so you go to skillsfuture.com.sg.
No, it's my skillsfuture.gov.sg.
Okay, so you go to their website and then the courses are on their website.
Yes. But then at first I was my impression of SkillsFuture is that I go, then they will not have a course that I'm interested in or actually so-called helpful to me. Because I usually scrolling, then they show me like fix aircon or whatever. Then I'm like, I'm not planning to fix aircon, ma. Like, I'm totally...
Wait, fix aircon is not bad.
You can learn.
Right.
Okay.
You save from the...
You don't even need to do for other people.
Yeah.
There's also like electrical.
The quarterly servicing.
So I think
then.
my misconception was that they have very so-called blue collar, as in not looking down on it, but it's just not skills that I feel that I need, right? So then after that, I just randomly went to type in 3D printing. Then turns out got a lot of courses.
I'm one of those people. I think there's a bunch of these people who like let the credits expire. And I think the main reason, right, is like I keep procrastinating it. And that is not because I'm lazy also. I just feel like I was a bit overwhelmed by the whole idea of like I need to commit to something. Then there's so many choices. Then you cannot like what? Choice paralysis or sort of problem. Then also it's like, then I read online, like sometimes people say like, maybe this course like waste time, this kind of stuff, right? Then it really hinder me from deciding on something to sign up.
Actually, because last year, I think we actually spoke to a guy from SkillsFuture, right? Then he's an ambassador, but what he actually does is somewhat of like a coach lah. So if you're not sure what you want to do, you can actually talk to these people one-on-one, even face-to-face if I'm not wrong, to figure out like what are some strengths or hobbies that you have, right? That you can pick up these skills.
But I think it's also like the early reputation of SkillsFuture was pretty bad.
Oh.
There were too many scalpers kind of SkillsFuture.
yes.
They just offer a lot of courses that is like super basic or super nothing. And then they overpromise on the description.
Right, just to makan the
yeah,
credits,
everybody was sian.
Yeah.
Then after that, a lot of people that heard from those people all don't go. But like they are clamping down and a lot of those are gone anymore. And now it's proper accreditation, but like people sian already.
So actually, they started banning people who are like pushy agents. I think there were people that were even using like third-party sales agents or what to try to get students, right? So and those with like dodgy marketing, this kind, they also like took some action against them. And if I'm not wrong, in order to even be a training provider now, you have to pass this TPQA, Training Provider Quality Assurance Framework.
Wow.
Those that are currently on SkillsFuture are registered training providers.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I think the quality of the courses and the credibility of the people got a lot better.
I think we asked people in our Telegram chat also, like around November, like, hey, are you just going to let it expire or what are you going to do about it? And then people were just like, yeah, lor, like don't know what to do. But then there were also people who said, actually, I also had a bad like impression or perception. I just did it anyway and actually really good. And so then that started to change perceptions within the group chat alone. People didn't realize also.
When I wanted to choose what to sign up, they have reviews now. So people will rate like how many star this course is, like how helpful it is. Then also when I went to look at the course, you scroll down, they'll show you less of what you'll learn section. Then they actually break down like what you learn. Because I see by the name of the course, I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, so now I'm thinking, how can I start a 3D printing business?
What's a 3D printing business? What do you like? I imagine parts that I need and then you figure out the part that I need.
No, I just sell, I can make stuff to sell. So I can sell like key holders and shit. I can just
magic
print it.
deck boxes.
Oh yes, I said that I can print some for the office.
I found some templates. Yeah.
And
Why you literally printing money?
no, exactly.
No, but it costs.
No, but we have to pay for the, what you
But
call
it's not
it?
that bad.
Filament.
Filament.
You can get a roll for about maybe like 1 kg spool from Bamboo Lab costs about 20 to 25.
You know, I love so much about this is that 2 years ago you wanted to be a carpenter and this is like the new age carpentry.
It's true. I can print like all the catch-all.
Oh my god, the second coming, right?
Don't need to saw the wood.
Jesus is not a carpenter, Jesus is a 3D printer. Oh my god.
Since I bought it, it's just sitting on the floor. Then my mom not very happy because it doesn't take up small amount of space. Then she don't understand why am I buying this.
She don't understand you're printing money.
Yeah, she doesn't understand that. I'm trying to explain to her, but I think because her generation don't have like side hustle to my dad doesn't exist. My dad, like his whole life, 40 years, he just run an optical shop. Then it's like, I think like our parents' generation is the kind that like you go and study, you come out, then you just do one thing for the rest of your life, then you're set.
But you see how that works out also, because it sounds like mastery.
Okay. But then I think now people are like looking at financial freedom. Like back then it's like I work in order to be able to feed my family. Then now we are higher on the Maslow's hierarchy, thankfully.
Actually, interesting because in the business circles, right, you have entrepreneur circles, like friends that are entrepreneurs. And then you got friends that are tauges.
Okay.
And that's different.
Yes.
Like in its very sense, everybody started their own business. Like the tauges would tell me, focus on one business. Don't do so many things. Just like focus on one thing.
That wisdom actually holds true and it's safe because if you're very, very successful in that job, you actually become quite affluent or you become quite wealthy. And if you are someone who job hops a lot, you actually spend almost a decade, like in your 20s to 30s, figuring out what you want to do, you actually lose a little bit compared to your peers. So there is some wisdom in that, yet we feel like staying one job is actually a mistake. It's actually a bad thing to do. So like I actually can't reconcile that.
You know, my grandfather used to supply things to Kong Guan.
Oh,
I almost shit money.
It's Kong Guan because it's you will empty the container. That's why Kong Guan.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the guy's name or something.
Oh.
It was a time where everything was that guy's name.
no, but in this day and age, that's how branding come about.
Their office just behind.
Oh,
Kong Guan
okay,
biscuit. Yeah.
We actually had a colleague whose grandfather designed that building.
What our grandfather generation was.
What are they doing with our life? Maybe they are right.
The problem is the number of graduates, I think. Because last time, right, if you study hard, you go uni, in your whole kampong, you're the 1% that go uni, and therefore 100% you have the best job, and then you have the best life. But now with us, it's like the competition is so high, everybody next to you is a uni graduate.
Yeah.
But I think the good thing is that people are then realizing that grades is not the only path to success.
For us, it's whatever comes up. If it's the internet, we have to hop onto that. If it's crypto, we need to hop onto that. Then now with AI, we need to hop onto that. We just need to keep on changing course,
Yeah. It's interesting also, like, that saying on the jack of all trades, master of none. In their generation, the way they taught us is that it's an insult to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. Our generation dig fast, and then we found out
That the full sentence.
is still better than a master of one.
Oh.
Yeah. And like that saying has been adapted to each generation.
Because I see that paying off with a lot of my friends. Like they have their main jobs, then on the side they learn like a completely different skill, right? And then they hustle on the side. Suddenly, after 5 years, right, it pops off.
Yeah.
And then they reap the benefits completely. They are in this whole other community and they have a deeper skill set now. in a different field that they can now monetize. And I was talking to a friend about this also, and it's like you can dabble in certain things on a very superficial level and sure, but that won't get you far. And the people that are truly like hurt and you want to listen to, right, are the people that have depth. And so is it that spending time developing that depth in another area? Yeah. And is that something that we need to constantly be doing?
It reminds me of Stephen Bartlett's speaking toward the point that he brought up, skill stacking. So like I think for a lot of people, what they realize is that when they do their main job, then maybe there's some other side skills that they're interested in picking up. Then when they pick up, right, they are able to see something that other people who only have focused on one job are not able to see, in which is that how can I combine these two skills and now do something that I like plus am good at. And now, right, you become the top 10% or if not 1% of people who are able to do this thing because you were picking up this like hobby.
Yeah, that unique combination of those.
So on the point, right, of like mastery thing, right, like my grandma had a very interesting story about her own career. So back then, and this one really blew my mind, yeah. Like magazine copies, right, is one by one, like the cover art, right, is a person sit there and draw.
Oh!
Then put one side and make another one, like copies. So like last time graphic designer is like that. It's more of a manual labor
So
thing.
they're an artist.
So she was doing that for quite a while. And then after that, then the computer was invented, right? Yeah, and then Adobe and
That's so
Photoshop.
shit.
So then she had to just like, bo pian lor. This is a new era, it's a new time. I cannot just stick to that, right? So then she was fortunate enough to get a job. And then her boss was very kind, right? The employer, teach her everything. So then she just learned how to do Photoshop. And this was like the first few
So she stayed in
people.
the same.
Same
Dude,
line,
your grandmother
but
is a
she
designer. You're
upgrade
the
to-
first designer I know of that generation. Eh.
Upgrade, yeah.
Can you imagine when they saw a
Damn long
photocopier
ago.
for the first time?
Yeah.
Dude, when I saw a fax for the first time, I shit myself. Eh.
Yeah.
What the heck is I draw, I scan you print.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Via phone.
But it's this same process has happened so many times, right? With having to adopt. And if not, you get left behind kind of feeling, right?
Yeah.
And I feel that pressure a lot more now. And I think the younger generation also might feel that a lot more because of how fast things are changing. And it's getting faster and faster. And I feel like there's a lot of stress in terms of being able to keep up. Like, what do I need to learn next? Like now you have all this AI stuff, right? Like, what do I need to learn to stay up to date? Or will I get left
I
behind?
was sharing on Are You Okay, right? That not many people, not many generations, right, get to be at the precipice of the great leap that humanity will make. And not just be able to witness it, but be decision makers during those periods or be at the prime of our life during those periods, right? We look at the earlier revolutions would be the agricultural, then the industrial, then computers. And then now we are at AI. But this one scares me not because I am now a decision maker at this stage. Not just that, it's also that, but also that I fundamentally do not understand AI. And that super scares me because I feel like the need to understand, right, for this one is more important than in previous generations. But I could be wrong. For this one, it's like we type something in and then something magical happens somewhere.
Right.
That we don't know, that sounds like someone, but is no one. And this show especially have gotten how many AI experts? And I always go back to what the heck are we doing? Like what is AI, right? That fundamentally, right, scares me on the changes to come for the world.
You think this is how the older generation felt when the iPhone come out?
No,
like
I-
before
But
that,
iPhone come out
it's
is
just like that,
how
or
to
pager,
use the
mah.
iPhone.
No, but they don't even understand like, how come this thing appear here? Like last time I talked to my grandmother, she don't know why the photo is in the phone.
But she use Photoshop.
No, another grandmother.
Wow, they're not the same.
Back then with these like leaps, like even when like we went to Web 2, for example, I think people could see how this will aid them in their daily work and then their life kind of so-called go on as per normal. But now we are in an arms race to come to a point, right, where we don't know what AI is going to do to change our whole world.
But after this leap, right, the next leap won't be made by a human. So this is the last leap that humans have control. Then after this leap, right, the next leap is not made by a human anymore. It's made by artificial intelligence, perhaps, depending on how big this leap is.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so by then, right, to me, at least, what scares me about it is not the technology itself. What scares me about not understanding it is that this is the last pre-leap, right, that is understandable.
Yeah, okay.
The next leap, right, is not done in human language anymore.
And that's why I actually made it quite a huge point for myself to try to follow the developments as closely as possible, because I realized that for crypto, there was a huge explosion a few years back, right? And then if you are not following like how to say, like the developments, you're gonna get so lost, when different, like what are MetaMask, whatever come out, then you don't even understand what are all these different things already. And AI is like an even more accelerated version of that. So it's like if I don't hop on the train sooner, right, then I'm gonna totally miss it. Like the world's not gonna wait for me to understand AI.
I think many people looking at upskill in a way of how can I do more on my own time to help my company, then my company fire me. Like it's a completely wrong way, right? It's more of how do I get the skill such that if the company fire me, there's no problem.
I think a lot of people have the mindset where it's like the company owes me. What is your vision and purpose? Okay, align with me, then I work here. Like a lot of it.
This gen.
Yeah.
Every year when we do appraisal, blah, 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 right? This thing always comes up, which is like, hopefully there's more training or more like learning from each other. You're hoping like production team can do some sharing on how to operate camera, design team can do all these master classes, right?
Yeah.
So my question to you all is that if there's free credit to go and learn whatever you want to learn without disrupting anybody in the office, right? What stops you all from doing that? Why y'all want to make it the owners of the company or your colleague as opposed to you can take matters in your own hand with money the government already give you with causes that's hungry for your business? And then proper professional with proper curriculum to teach you.
Just to add on, right, there are also obviously people who like, I wish that the company would send me on courses. But it's like, oh, but you also have $500 credit which you haven't used.
Like if you deplete that shit, sure, we can talk.
Yeah.
I think it is the feeling that like, why must I spend my own money?
No, not your money, what?
No, as in I imagine because if I don't use it for a company, I will use it for something that I myself might be interested in. So then why is it that something that will benefit company but no direct benefit to me, right? Why should I spend my own money to go and do it?
But I think that's the mindset, right? The people have that, I do it to benefit company, but it's not, I do it to benefit me. That I'm acquiring that skills for myself. And it feels as though it's the other way around. Like the company has a responsibility to upskill me for my own benefit.
I think there is I don't know whether Singaporean, maybe it's like a bit cheapo-ish kind of mindset, right? Like I can learn this from John Paul for free.
I think that is fair. I think that is a fair point to ask for people that have used their credits.
Yeah, but the point is that these are the same people that are letting it expire.
The same people that's holding on to the $500 for 5 years, the government top up, then the government take back, then the government top up, then expire, take back. And the $500 still there. There's also this thought, like I hire you for your expertise, correct? Why should I train you? I'm paying you your salary for your know-how. Shouldn't you keep abreast? Because I shouldn't spend more money to train you.
I think it's like how can I do the bare minimum at work such that outside of work I can like enjoy. I can see how that mindset is like work-life balance, right? I think now looks to people as doing the bare minimum at work so that I have all this time and energy outside.
I think it's fair. As long as you don't go back to the employer, what is your plan for me in the next 5 years?
Okay.
Like, I don't know whether I'm a boomer about this, but one thing that I really disagreed upon, and I was very surprised that I was being disagreed back, was I was speaking to a group of like friends and they are slightly younger. I think they are almost like between the Gen Z and millennial age. And they said that one thing that they really liked from their managers and what they are also practicing as managers themselves is that whenever they check in with their employees, they love to check in on personal side. Nothing to do with work. They'll spend 1 hour just talking about personal, like how are you doing, what are your like goals in life. And they like that their managers help them reach their own personal goals and they want to help their employees reach. They like really appreciate that you're spending 1 hour just talking about me. As though like the manager is your therapist. And to me, it's, I don't know whether I'm a boomer about this. Like maybe I'm really just outdated. But you work here to deliver value for the company, not the other way around. No,
I think beyond that, I mean, that is a sick way to put it. Cool, I love that. But also, so it has been a swing, right? There was a period whereby you cannot ask about their personal life because that's their problem. You're crossing a line.
Strictly professional.
It's hard to keep up.
And then perhaps because of COVID and whatnot, some social skills or some mentorship was missing.
Right.
So now this is a mature adult craving. So then you require that. And then after a while, it will swing back to... He asked like he asked me like when I want to get married. That's not his problem. It's sexual harassment, you know.
What?
But isn't it because
so
the
hard.
power has swung, like from the people, the workers to the owners?
I thought it's the other way around.
It's shifted
Swing back already.
When? Oh my days.
It's an employer's market now.
Yeah. Okay. So it depends.
But just 2 years ago, it was
Depends on the economics.
No, I think there used to be this thing where there's an understanding that the employer will kind of like take care of you. Like I will make sure that you have a job. But then, and I think in Asian society, maybe more so versus Western, where it's like you can do your job, I pay you well, but then the moment you don't, I just cut you off like that, right? So then it becomes highly transactional and then the focus is all very individualistic and inwards. Like I'm going to watch my own back only versus like care and be part of this company and whatnot.
I realized that actually, as we have this conversation, majority of my friends that are in corporate have issues with their manager, right? Because their manager not keeping up. Like I had a friend, literally, the manager said to her, right, like, hey, you know so much, then you might as well take my job. Then I'm like, then my friend was like,
that's the goal.
Yeah. I actually feel like that's quite normal, and that's been a perennial problem for the longest time. Like historically, the higher you go, the less you actually do.
like hands-on wise.
Yeah. I'm thinking of like Mad Men, right? If you watch Don Draper, like he actually writes all the ads and the copy, and then as he gets bigger and becomes like the creative director, everybody else writes copy, he's just approving. And then people get angry, like you don't even come out with anything new anymore. And it's like, yeah, that's what I pay you for. But you get credit all the awards. Yeah, your time will come when you sit here eventually. Like that's the higher you go, the less you do, because you now you think strategically, you do the wider stuff, and there's always that frustration that I think has always been perennial. I think the imposter syndrome is real, but what it saved me was constantly having the mindset that as a manager or as a leader, my job is to be redundant, is to surround myself with junior people that are better at me and hopefully can be better at me at my job, and I lead them. It's not to the point where you're completely useless, but it's to the point where I am keeping up as much as I can, but if I know someone who's 10 times better at something than me, I'm instantly bringing that person into my team. And he's now the camera expert. I'm no longer the camera expert. And I think with that, like, I constantly don't feel like I am an imposter. I'm learning from that. I'll be very clear, like, look, you know this better than me. Like, what is it that you're seeing? And then I make a decision whether that's a good call or not.
I also think that this is a very linear way of looking at life. Because you're only looking at it through your career, your corporate life or whatever, and that one job that defines you, which is freaking Singaporean and I hate, right? Versus like, who are you outside of work? Like acquiring skills and having hobbies and side interests and having experiences outside of that, right? Always come back to and give more than it takes from you.
Okay, so I think we've talked a lot about like, you know, what were some things that our parents did that we're hoping to do different in this generation. And the biggest thing is probably like skill stacking, right? So even though your SkillsFuture credits expired, we all can try look around, see what are the things
most of us still have $500 confirmed. You haven't used yet.
Oh, it's not fully expired?
No, the base one doesn't expire. It's the top-ups.
Find a new hobby. Join me in 3D print. Then the competition very rife. Find your own hobby. Like, share, subscribe.
Other than 3D printing.
We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Essentially, this cafe got like one slide. Somehow, every single child that goes to this cafe must go on this slide. And then there's a queue.
I see why. Yeah.
There's a queue. Then after that, suddenly they go a few rounds, then one of the girls starts crying. Then she say, he pushed me. Then she like starts screaming. Then nobody care about her. They continue playing the slide, right? Then her mom goes up and says like, can you stop for a moment and tell me what happened? It's not that she's letting her cry her frustrations out or whatever. It's just, can you just at least tell me what happened? Why are you crying? Right? And then she say, oh, like the boy pushed me. Then the mom asked her, is it you cut queue? Then she say, no, I didn't cut queue. Then she cry. Then she say, I just want to go first. Then the mom like speechless for a moment. Then after she say, that is called cut queue.
Wow, shit, I don't think I'm ready to parent it.
Then after
That's not bad. That's so good.
another 1 second pause, then
Not worth it.